Hi everyone, welcome to my next sunscreen try-on video. I previously did a video I called the Sunscreen Graveyard where I tried on, demonstrated, reviewed a whole slew of sunscreens, and I called it a graveyard because a lot of them were sitting around for a really long time and I just couldn't get through them. But this time I'm going to show you just the sunscreens that are new to me that I've been trying for the last little while. So it should be a shorter video, hopefully, fingers crossed. I've recently been trying to find a good day cream, and obviously it's just so that I can take one more step out of my skincare routine. So ideally finding a moisturizer that has a high enough SPF, still hydrates my skin, and works well under makeup. It's pretty tricky to find, I must say. Bit of an enigma, the perfect day cream. But let's get started. So the first day cream I have here is the Nivea Q10 Power Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer SPF 30. So I call them day creams, but it's basically a moisturizer that has SPF in it. Often they are referred to as anti-wrinkle or anti-aging. And in my opinion, any kind of cream that you're supposed to wear during the day that claims to be anti-aging should have an SPF in it. So I tried this product out, I think probably because it was on sale, and I frequently use Nivea body lotion, and so I like the body lotion, I like the fragrance and the texture of them, so I figured I'd try this. It goes on really nice on the skin. It's a very rich cream. It's not a lotion, it's a thick cream. So I was really excited about it for my dry skin. However, the first thing I'll mention is that it has a fragrance, and like a serious amount of fragrance. I like the way it smells, but it's too overpowering. And I feel like it would irritate a lot of people's skin. Second, SPF 30 is really kind of the lowest I'll go, especially on my face. I usually like to go higher on my face than my body because it's the first thing that catches the sun. And even though it goes on beautifully and feels comfortable and moisturizing, it does pill under makeup. I have, however, gotten almost all the way through this because days that I'm not wearing makeup or won't be outside a lot, it is a nice moisturizer if you can handle the scent. The next cream I was really excited about, it is the Supergoop Dailyscreen Moisturizer Cream SPF 40. So we're getting a little bit higher here with the SPF coverage. I think I might have mentioned in my last sunscreen video, I was really excited to find out that Supergoop was coming to Canada because I'd been hearing about their products for a few years, but it was only available through the US. And unfortunately, not all of their products became available in Canada just because we have different restrictions here on sunscreens. But of the ones that are available here, I decided to try this one. All of Supergoop sunscreens are quite expensive, so I wanted to kind of use my money wisely. And I chose this one because it seems, based on the description and reviews, compared to the other Unseen Sunscreen or Glow Screen or Play, it sounded the most moisturizing, which I was excited about for my dry skin. It does go on really nicely on the skin. It is an unusual formula, which I didn't expect. I thought it would be more of a rich cream, but it has a weird jelly-like texture, but it really glides over the skin well, and it leaves quite a lovely sheen on the skin. So I have been enjoying this. It has given me enough protection from the sun. The only thing about this, and this was evident in the reviews, but I thought I could get past it, and I can, is the smell. Not a fragrance, but the smell of the actual product, so the ingredients that are in it. The best way I can describe it is that it's an oily smell. I think it's something I could get over, but after reading the reviews and then trying it for myself, I was like, oh yeah, I can understand why this is not for everybody. And I think it's just a matter of they've tried to put some like natural oils and natural humectants in this. But it is good in my opinion that they didn't add a ton of fragrance to mask that ingredient smell. But it's not going to be for everybody. It kind of smells to me like charcuterie. Like some oily cured meats, some, salami that's been out for a little bit. If you can get past that, this is a nice product. I just wish the SPF was a little bit higher, but I do like it, and a little bit goes a long way. So it is expensive, but it's lasted me quite a while. The last day cream I have to show you is the CeraVe AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion SPF 30 for normal to oily skin. This I was really excited about. I've heard about CeraVe's products for a long time, but because of TikTok, a lot of them have been sold out recently in drugstores. In fact, when I, cruise through Shoppers, I always notice there's a big gap on the shelves where the CeraVe products would be. But I ended up picking this and their body lotion up online through Shoppers Drug Mart because they had a points promotion or something. So I decided to try this. On social media, on some local Facebook groups that I'm part of, people talk about this a lot. They rave about it, and I've heard some people say they just use this as a moisturizer and they find it gives them enough hydration through the day, plus it has SPF, so I was excited by that. Now, I know it says for normal to oily skin, and I do not have normal to oily skin, but I wanted to try it anyhow. I was surprised and shocked and didn't notice until I was trying this on for the video that it is in fact a combination sunscreen, which means it has a physical or mineral sunscreen ingredient in addition to traditional chemical sunscreen ingredients, which, now that I know that, explains the texture a little bit. It is, to me, it's a lotion, but it's quite thick. I was surprised by that, and you do really need to work it into the skin. It's not going to just disappear the way that, for example, the Supergoop or Nivea one does. And that being said, once it's worked in, like, it pretty well disappears in the skin. I did find I had to work it, around my eyebrows or anywhere that I had facial hair, like it will catch onto it. But otherwise, it completely kind of disappears into the skin. It doesn't leave any kind of shine or really any kind of residual moisture, which is good for a lot of people for a sunscreen. For me, how do I describe it? It left the skin smooth but not hydrated, if that makes sense. So on areas like my forehead or cheeks, it was very smooth and nice, but then around my nose and chin and mouth, where I'm much more dry, it wasn't enough for me. So I have been wearing this on top of my regular Province Apothecary serums, and that's actually what I'm wearing today under my makeup. It does perform well under makeup. So far, so good. So yeah, it's really nice. I wish it was a higher SPF, of course. But if you have normal to oily skin and you don't want a sunscreen that's going to leave you shiny and greasy and just kind of disappear into the skin, this is very nice. Now I should say, I mentioned I had to wear my serum under this product. I have to wear my serum under all of these products, but when I'm testing them, I do like to, for example, as I'm showing you, when I'm trying them on, I put nothing else on my skin, just so you can see exactly how they're going to perform. And for a day cream, of course, it was like, oh, imagine I didn't have to go through the process of letting my serum sit in and then sunscreen and then primers and makeups and all that. So it's wishful thinking, I know, but it's just how it is. So next I'm going to show you a couple of mineral sunscreens that I have been trying for a while. The first one here is the Aveeno Sensitive Skin SPF 50 Ultra Light Mineral Sunscreen. So this has 4.9% titanium dioxide and 2.9% zinc oxide, which, as I say it out loud, sounds low considering it's an SPF 50. So this I was excited to try. As I mentioned in my last sunscreen video, pardon me, it's exciting to see more and more drugstore brands bringing out mineral sunscreens. Obviously there's going to be a learning curve with them, but we'll get to that. So this I actually liken to something like the La Roche-Posay and Thelios ultralight sunscreen. It has that bottle that you have to shake and it clicks and stuff. This has that as well. It's very runny, but that means a little bit goes a long way. It kind of spreads on the skin, and you do really need to work into the skin. It does leave a bit of a white cast, and it sets down, but still has a bit of luminosity, which I didn't mind. Is this going to be good for people with deeper skin tones? No. Even when I wear it out sometimes, I realize like I think that it blends into my skin, but then like I catch a part of my neck or something where I didn't completely get it, and it's like, oh, I look tan and bronze compared to this mask that I'm wearing. So Aveeno did release this along with some other, what they're calling sensitive skin mineral sunscreens, and their line is similar to the Aveeno language, where you have to be really careful and read the descriptions, where looking at the shelf, I couldn't tell the difference between all of these, and I was like, why are these all the same product but different pricing? But there's the mineral sunscreen, there's the like mineral lotion, or there's the light mineral sunscreen, and then this is the ultra light mineral sunscreen. So they get, I think, probably thicker and more white as you work back from there. So this is the ultra light. It is almost, it does almost disappear into the skin, but not completely. You'll be able to see kind of the side by side, even on my own skin tone, that it does leave a bit of a cast. But a good first start for Aveeno, and compared to other light mineral sunscreens on the market, it is priced pretty well. Not perfect, but they're getting there. So the next one I would kind of compare and contrast with the Aveeno. This is the Clinique Mineral Sunscreen Fluid for Face Sensitive Skin Formula SPF 50. And this is a combination of 6.3% titanium dioxide and 4.0% zinc oxide. A viewer asked me to check out this sunscreen, or recommended that I check it out. They had been using it and liking it. And I was like, great, yeah, will do. Love to hear about it. And it was sold out for months and months. At Sephora, at Shoppers Drug Mart, online. But I found it just like a few weeks ago in my local Shoppers Drug Mart. This is the SPF 50 for face. They also do a mineral sunscreen for the body, and it's an SPF 30. I opted for this one because it's 50, but based on the price, this is a few more dollars for like less than half the product that you get in the body one. So if you can live with an SPF 30, go for that one for sure. I might end up trying that in the end. But okay. So this sunscreen I was impressed with. It's definitely the creamiest and thickest mineral sunscreen I've tried, especially the ones made for the face. They are usually very runny, like the Aveeno one, but this goes on the skin really nicely. It doesn't completely disappear like the similar to the Aveeno one. I think this one's a little bit better even. You do need to work it into your skin. It can catch, like I mentioned, on facial hair, but it's definitely, it feels creamier, like I said, and it feels really light. The only thing, here's the problem that I had with this one. I noticed either on its own or under makeup or with my own regular skincare underneath, I got really dry looking areas around my nose and my mouth. Everywhere else, great, didn't even notice it. So unfortunately, it's not the perfect sunscreen, but it is really nice. I can see why it was sold out for a while. Performs really well compared to some other higher end mineral sunscreens I've tried. So thank you very much to my viewer for recommending this. They even said, you know, that they use the SPF 30 body on their face as well as their body. So I might end up trying that in the end, just because you get a lot more bang for your buck. I end up trying a lot of for the face sunscreens because they're usually a higher SPF. But when I can find, you know, an economical size that feels good on the face as well as the body, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. That's why I like the Aveeno light mineral lotion that I showed you in my previous sunscreen video so much, because even though they do make a smaller version, kind of like this one or this one for the face, the one they do for the body is also SPF 50, and I think it looks great. So that's kind of my benchmark mineral sunscreen that I compare others to. Really nice, quite expensive. If you can, just use the SPF 30 for the body. So the final products I want to show you, I was excited about as ways to touch up sunscreen. So for people that wear makeup regularly, this has always been a struggle, because technically you'll see in the instructions of all sunscreens you're supposed to reapply them. What does this one say? It's in French. Every 2 hours. Most of them say that. Reapply at least every 2 hours. And even as someone with very sensitive skin that's very into sunscreens, there's rarely a time when I can do that for my face. Obviously for the body it's a little bit easier. So there has been a few products on the market designed to go over makeup to add additional sun protection. The one that I hear about the most on the market is the Coola setting spray with SPF. So it's a makeup setting spray with SPF. However, similar to a spray-on sunscreen like this banana boat, that makeup setting spray and any similar spray sunscreens or spray SPFs will always say do not apply directly to the face. They always say you have to spray them on your hands first and then apply to the skin, which to me kind of defeats the purpose, and you know that everyone is just spraying it on like that. And I know that they have to give those instructions for legal reasons so that you're not just spraying sunscreen in your eyes. So I know a lot of people have been excited to hear about this new product from Neutrogena, which is the Ultra Sheer Face Mist Sunscreen SPF 50. Oxybenzone free, broad spectrum, all that good stuff. I saw Katie Jane Hughes use this, and she sprayed it on directly. And then the very next day went on her Instagram and apologized because you're not supposed to do that. This I caught on sale, so I thought I'd give it a try. And don't do what Vita does. I'm going to spray it directly on my face so you can see what it looks like. It is, I guess it's sheer because it doesn't give a white cast because it's a chemical sunscreen, but it's gonna make you look greasy. Which for some people, if you want a very dewy look, like, you know, I go for a dewy look, but this goes beyond that. This is greasy, and I find that when I did try to put it over a full face of makeup, it did start to kind of like break down, especially my eye makeup. So it's tricky. It's not a perfect situation, but I have found myself using this recently. For example, if I'm wearing an SPF 30, I will then put some of this on top as extra protection. Not under or over makeup, but just combining these two, because I do like the way this feels, the CeraVe one. But oh, I did forget to say this earlier. I did find I got not a sunburn, but I found that this was not enough protection for me to go out in the sun even for under an hour. My face started to get really irritated, and I knew I had to seek shelter indoors, seek shade. Yeah, so I know I'm going to get through these products. I'll layer them like I said, and it is good for touch-ups, but I don't know that it's any better than, for example, this body spray sunscreen that I know I really like. Just taking some of that and giving yourself the old heave-ho. And it's sneaky what they've done with this newly branded face sunscreen, because they have spray sunscreens. Neutrogena has had them on the market for a long time. You have to lift the label to see the directions that tell you to not put it directly on your face. So I'm sure I'll get through this, but it's not my favorite. And finally, another way that I've seen people touching up their sunscreen while wearing makeup is with a powder that has SPF in it. So this is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Powder SPF 16. And I took the label off, but it is described as a mineral powder. That seems to be the case for powders that have SPF. They're usually mineral based, which makes sense. It's a physical sunscreen that's going on your skin. And this is a really nice powder. I found it doesn't make me look super matte, and it's very soft and buttery, so much so that I broke this by dropping it while taking a photo for this video's thumbnail. Anyways, the only thing I will note is that this is the lightest shade they offer, and it is borderline a little bit dark for me. So applied lightly with a brush. Where's the brush I like? I have this dense powder brush from Real Techniques that I really like, so I'll just kind of press all over my face with the powder. It's not a ton of protection, obviously SPF 16, but like a physical sunscreen, a product like this, any powder, any cream, anything you're layering onto your skin is providing just a little bit of protection from the sun compared to your bare skin. So I hope that's helpful, especially getting into summer. It's only the first weekend of June here, and it's already over 30 degrees. So I'm feeling moist, and but I'm feeling protected. Let me know in the comments or on Instagram if there are other sunscreens you'd like me to try out, be it mineral, chemical, spray, what have you. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.